Yes, my friends, the Detroit Lions are working hard to crush their opponents this season. We have a big weekend ahead of us, and I know I'm not the only one counting down the days until next Sunday. If you're also excited to see the Detroit Lions take down the Rams, hit that like button hard, but only do so if you're a die-hard Lions fan. I'll be honest, it's hard to focus on anything else right now because all I can think about is that Sunday night football matchup between our Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. Don't get me wrong, I'm planning on taking advantage of the long Labor Day weekend. Especially if you're in Detroit, you should check out the Jazz Festival at Hart Plaza. The music, the food, the vibes, it's all top-notch. But if I'm being honest with you, my mind is already on next week's game. Now, I know not all of you are here in Metro Detroit. We've got Lions fans spread out all over the globe. Whether you're watching from the D or halfway across the world, this game is one we've all been waiting for. The hype around this team, especially with the way we finished last season, is off the charts, and this matchup with the Rams is the perfect way to kick off what we all hope will be a season to remember. So here's the big question I've been thinking about, and I'm curious to hear what you've got planned. How are you going to watch the Lions take on the Rams next week? As for me, I'm lucky enough to be a season ticket holder, and I'll be there in Ford Field, rocking with my Section 245 family. There's something special about being in the stadium, feeling the energy of the crowd, and knowing that we're all in this together. And before the game, you can bet I'll be down at Eastern Market early in the morning for the pregame tailgate. It's more than just a tradition. It's a part of what makes being a Lions fan so incredible. The camaraderie, the excitement, and let's be real, the food. Nothing beats it. If you're heading to Eastern Market too, swing by the area near the bell. You'll know it when you see it. A massive party of Lions fans, all ready to get this season started right. Come by, say hello, and join the fun. The more, the merrier. But that's just me. What about you? Whether you're watching from home, heading to a local bar, or maybe even making the trip to Detroit for the game, I want to know how you're planning to take in Week 1. This season is going to be one for the books, and I'm sure every single one of us has our own way of making sure we're part of it from the very start. Drop a comment below, and let me know what your plans are. Are you going all out with a tailgate like me? Or are you setting up the perfect viewing spot at home? Maybe you've got some superstitions or rituals you follow before every game. Whatever it is, share it with the community. We're all in this together, and I can't wait to hear how everyone's getting ready for what's sure to be an unforgettable Sunday night. Let's dive into something that's been buzzing around Allen Park lately. You know how we've been talking all off-season about the depth and versatility in our running back room? Well, there's something brewing that could change the dynamic on offense as we head into the regular season. We all know David Montgomery was brought in to be that reliable, hard-nosed runner, a guy who can grind out those tough yards and wear down defenses. He's got that grit we all love. No nonsense. Just get the job done. But what's really exciting is what we're hearing about Jahmyr Gibbs. The rookie out of Alabama isn't just fast. He's lightning in a bottle, and the coaches are finding new ways to unleash that speed. Word from the coaching staff is that Gibbs has been lining up all over the field during practice. We're talking about more than just a traditional running back role here. He's been spotted in the slot, even out wide, creating mismatches that defenses aren't going to be ready for. Imagine this. Montgomery pounding it up the middle, wearing down the D-line, and then, bam, Gibbs hits the outside or takes off on a wheel route. It's that thunder and lightning combo that could keep defenses on their heels all game long. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson is reportedly experimenting with sets that put both Montgomery and Gibbs on the field at the same time. Now, that's a nightmare for any defensive coordinator. Think about it. Who do you focus on? Stack the box to stop Montgomery, and Gibbs could burn you with his speed. Play too soft, and Montgomery will just keep the chains moving. It's a pick-your-poison scenario, and it's something that could make our offense one of the most dynamic in the league. And we can't forget about the impact this will have on Jared Goff. Having these two backs at his disposal could open up the passing game in a big way. With defenses keying in on the run, Goff could have more time to find Amon-Ra Street, Brown, or take a shot deep to Jameson Williams. The versatility of this backfield is going to give Goff options, and that's when he's at his best, when he can play smart, efficient football, taking what the defense gives him and then some. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but we've been burned by hype before. And it's true, we've had our share of disappointments. But there's something different about this team. Something that feels like we're on the cusp of something special. It's not just the talent, but the way Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes have built this roster with a clear vision in mind. They're not just trying to win games. They're building a culture of toughness, resilience, and adaptability. That's what makes this year feel different. So here's what I want to know from you. One, pride. What do you think about this new offensive wrinkle? Do you believe that Montgomery and Gibbs can be that game-changing duo we've been waiting for? Or do you think it's just another off-season storyline that won't pan out? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get the conversation going. We've been through a lot as Lions fans, but something tells me we're about to see something special this season. Let's hear what you've got to say. Buckle up, because it's been a whirlwind of activity in Detroit over the past few days. The roster shuffling, waiver pickups, and practice squad signings have set the tone for what's shaping up to be a very intriguing season. By Wednesday, they had already claimed a familiar face. Former Lions UDFA linebacker Trevor Nowaski off waivers. And that wasn't all. By the end of the day, they had locked in their initial practice squad, bringing in 15 players with whispers that Donovan Peoples-Jones was on his way to join them. Come Thursday, the moves kept rolling. John Kaminsky was placed on injured reserve, which opened up a roster spot, and in came Peoples-Jones and defensive back Eric Hallett to the practice squad. In a corresponding move, C.J. Moore was released. Now let's talk about the practice squad. Unlike previous years where it served as a developmental tool, this year's squad is full of players who are ready to contribute at a moment's notice. This strategic choice speaks volumes about the Lions' mentality going into this season. They're not just aiming for a playoff spot, they've got their eyes on the Super Bowl. General Manager Brad Holmes emphasized that every one of those 16 players could see the field at some point, and this year, the practice squad is more than just a bench. It's a critical part of the team's depth. One name that's caught everyone's attention is Jake Fromm, the quarterback who's had a journeyman career but could very well be the secret weapon in Detroit. Fromm's story is one of resilience. He first made waves at Georgia when he stepped up as a true freshman, leading the Bulldogs to the college football playoff championship. He's bounced around the NFL since then, with stints at the Bills, Giants, and Commanders. But after a brief appearance in the preseason for Detroit, where he showed he could still make magic happen, the Lions coaching staff took notice. Coach Dan Campbell was grinning when he mentioned Fromm after the game. "Man, I like Fromm. The kid can play a little ball. There's something about him. He understands where his answers are at, what to do with the football."